By the right of the council, by the will of the Force, welcome back into another episode of the galaxy-famous Jedi Talk Podcast. The full council and beyond is here with us this fine evening in mid-central Florida. But let me get started and say hello. My name is Tom Oakry. Thank you so much for joining the podcast today and jumping into the galaxy with us. Follow me at GingerSith66 on Instagram. The man directly across from me tonight, normally is a little bit to my left, is the fully bearded, the fully blooded, and the French toast burger eating Evan T. Boucher. Evan, how the hell are you today?
Hello there. As always, so much to unpack. But yeah, I've moved past the evolution of the donut cheeseburger. You know, now we're moving on to the French toast cheeseburger. So thanks to the good old Brad over here. So
thanks, man.
Yeah,
we did a burger night tonight because some things might be happening. You know,
things are cooking.
Let me throw it over here, as they say in the business, and introduce the man to my right. Normally, he's normally across from me, so we can tell, pick up on each other's jibs and bits and
jabs,
and when we're gonna make fun of Evan or make fun of Kyle
or both.
Let's really make fun of Kyle tonight, okay? Co-host Brad Hughes. Brad, how the hell are you?
I'm good. I'm full. I'm ready to do the show. I've had a great night so far. We're gonna just keep that vibe going, and we have a bonus member of the council tonight.
Please announce.
And we're on the phone with someone who I consider a friend. Someone who I love their content so much, got me into collecting TVC and Black Series figures.
He created a monster.
And I don't even know if you've known how big the monster has become, but we are talking about, of course, Matt from Cant Kill Chewie. Matt, what's going on, dude?
What's up, boys?
Dude, I'm so happy to have you on.
Yeah, great to be on, guys. I appreciate it.
We appreciate you being on. So, what's new in your world as far as collecting goes?
Well, I think we're all dealing with the failed Black Series Haslab.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that in a little bit because I got some thoughts and I want to know what you think. But we'll get to that in a little bit. But did you happen to grab the retro collection Bosk and the 87th time they re-released Boba Fett figures on Amazon?
I wish they just released the Bosk straight up because I would have bought that. But yeah, right, because I mean that's literally action figure crack to me. but yes, I did. I pre-ordered it just to get the Bosk. That's what I want.
Yeah, me too. I've got the Boba Fett hanging up on the wall. But Bosk, that was something that I really, really wanted, especially in the retro collection.
Yeah.
So before we get into the show itself, how did you get started collecting Star Wars stuff?
I started. I was young when the Power of the Force stuff was coming out in the 80s. I was really young. I was like almost barely old enough to like appreciate it, but I was there. My father was a fan, and he bought a bunch of the Star Wars stuff, and it was like I was the kid that everybody knew that had like the most Star Wars stuff in the 80s. I was that kid. We're like, oh, you got to see all the stuff that Matt has. So and I had all this. I still got it. It's all banged up because I played with it as a kid and stuff. But that's what started me.
We all played with ourselves as a kid too. So
yeah, right.
All banged up.
Yep. So that's where it started for me, and I still got some of that stuff in boxes and stuff, but that's how I started. And then there was a big gap of time, and then I kind of started again. Really,
I feel like every Star Wars fan has that story where there's a gap of time for them. Like there was definitely that for me after Revenge of the Sith, up until Disney announcing that they're buying Star Wars, and
my gap was 30 years, and I picked them up when the sequels came around.
Yeah, that's so funny. Yeah, Tom is a huge Star Wars fan. Like he's dove into everything, but he was not a fan until Disney came around.
Yeah, Disney,
which is a crazy story.
Disney made me interested because wife and I are huge Disney fanatics, and when they introduced Star Wars into the IP and Batu, and I'm like, here we go. I was excited to see Force Awakens and Last Jedi, which is my favorite Star Wars movie ever. And then Rise of Skywalker, and I was dove in with the rest.
Living proof that Disney did not ruin Star Wars.
No, they absolutely did not, and I will defend that to the day.
Matt's going to scream at the top of his lungs.
Yeah, bring it on. Let's go.
I'm holding it in. I'm fine.
I will defend the sequels till I die.
Matt, I know you are not a huge fan of the sequels. I think that's putting it fairly lightly. But what is your perspective on Disney Star Wars?
I think it's a mixed bag at best. I think they're good intentioned. They're not trying to make it bad. I think that things could be better. And
I think that's fair.
Yeah, I think things could be better. I think things could be more well planned out.
Yeah, agreed.
Made a serious difference.
Definitely fair, definitely.
And I think that those two things, if those actually happened, like things would be a lot different, and a lot more people would be satisfied with Disney's handling of Star Wars.
I think that's fair.
I don't think they've done a terrible job or anything, but I don't.
Definitely
I think
not perfect.
No, I mean nothing's perfect. I mean the original trilogy is not perfect. It's pretty close, but it's not. It's not perfect. How do you feel about Obi? I just want to get your, because I haven't talked to you about any of this stuff, so I'm just kind of curious where you're at. How do you feel after Obi-Wan? After everything's said and done, how do you feel about it?
I haven't finished Obi-Wan yet.
Wow.
So I can't tell you now.
Where'd you stop?
Before I'm chastised, I've only seen like a couple of the episodes.
No, I think.
But yeah. So the person that I usually watch my Star Wars stuff, I have been indisposed. And so I usually watch it with somebody, and we haven't been in the same place for a while. So I haven't seen the whole thing.
That's why I haven't finished The Boys yet, Holly. Get back from New Jersey. Jesus Christ.
That's a very good reason, though. Like I like that. It's not just like, I didn't want to, or didn't have time. It's like you share it with somebody, and that's what it's about. Yeah,
totally.
It finishes really strong. Is all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, I think the Obi-Wan finishes strong. I think episodes 1 and 2 were really, really good. And I think there's a reason, especially at Star Wars Celebration, that they released them episodes 1 and 2 together. I think those two feel like a really cohesive start to a story.
Right.
And then I think it meanders around 4 and 5 and then finishes fairly solid.
100%.
Fairly solid.
Yeah.
I
wouldn't call episode 5 meandering. Wasn't that?
That's the one.
Or am I confusing?
Oh no, episode 4 is the one that you guys.
4 is the one that I don't like at all.
Liked, but
don't
you
spoil
brought
it
me
'cause I
back
haven't watched
down.
it.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
It's not as good as I thought, but it's 5 is good. 6 is really
6
good.
is really good.
Whatever episode Vader.
No, spoilers.
No. I think he saw that one already. So
Easy. He hasn't seen it yet.
I won't.
Just in
I
case.
won't.
I know Vader's in it.
I just don't want. I want to be like, wait, what? No,
Vader is Luke's father.
wait, what? He's his dad?
And Leia's father too. They're twins.
But yeah, I just wanted to know where you were at with that kind of stuff. But
Yeah, I wish I have. I would. Maybe we can talk a little bit about the up and coming Cassian series.
oh, I'd love to. Did you go to Celebration? I don't think.
I'm sorry?
Did you go to Star Wars Celebration? I didn't even ask if you were there.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
But I did. Yeah, but I know you hosted a panel or something. That's fantastic. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
it was fun, man. I did a panel.
How did that
about,
go?
It was fantastic, dude. I had a great time. I actually had dinner with a friend who's a friend now. Who the other night over at Portillo's across the way, he came to the panel and was like, hit me up on Instagram. Was like, dude, that was fantastic. I want to talk to you more about stuff, and we've become friends now. His name is Zachary. He's awesome. He's a good dude. He lives here. It was crazy to both of us get on different planes to California. Both
Going
go
to California
with an aching in my heart.
I knew he'd do that.
Of course, I'm a Zeppelin fan, dude. What are you talking about? And both be connected to this like Galaxy's Edge thing because he, it's so funny. He lives. How many times have I walked past him in the parks? You know what I mean? Like we both live here.
Same with me. That's exactly how we met.
That's how
I walked
me and
past
Evan
you
met.
once,
Like,
and I was like, "Hey, that was me."
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's
And
how it
I
is
thought
down
you
here.
fell into his chest.
That was a different
like
time when he
motorboated
cried
him.
and,
No,
and
that
I
was a
held him
different time.
softly against my chest.
That was last night. What are you talking about?
That was after he had the burger. He just
Yep.
cried softly into my chest. Yeah. So like we've become buddies now, and it's just kind of cool. But yeah, it was fun, man. Like, if you ever are you going to go to London's by any chance?
No, I don't think I'll cross the pond. No, I don't think so.
Well, if you need any figures, let me know. I'll be sure to help you out.
I
We'll
knew
be
I
there.
liked
Oh,
Matt.
nice.
I knew
Yeah.
I liked
you're,
Matt.
You're,
This is
you're going to that one
my
too?
kind of
Yeah,
guy.
we're going to be hosting some stuff there.
We're gonna have tea and
really?
strumpets.
Yeah, we're going to
Wow.
have
They
afternoon
liked
tea.
you that much, huh?
Strumpets, not crumpets,
Yeah, we'll
but
see.
strumpets.
Do you know
Strumpets.
Yep. Yeah.
Dumber.
It's a female. Yeah.
No,
Well-
that was a Dumb and Dumber joke.
But I know. But I
Oh,
think
yeah.
the writers referenced what strumpet means.
We're going to be hosting a few panels there. Hopefully, if everything goes according to plan. They just announced recently that they're revamping their media coverage, so that's kind of weird. We don't know.
Yeah, that was a little.
And it's kind of tough because now everything's sold out except like a Monday pass. So it's like we're gonna have to see what happens. But the plan is for us to do at least 2 or 3 panels at Celebration this year instead of just the one. Bring the podcast there and just kind of go nuts.
Really? Dude,
So
there's a little preview.
That's the plan. Yeah, that's the plan. We're going to be doing some cool stuff. So
That's ridiculous, dude. Congratulations.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, we had a good time. Like I had so much fun. I say we, it was just me. I had a good time at Celebration doing the panel. That was really one of my favorite moments.
We had a great time too, though, because we had like somebody on the ground. We were like, Brad, what's happening? And you would call us, like, this is going on. I just watched this. It was crazy.
Do you know why I had a great time? Because I was riding Cosmic Rewind, Evan.
Hey.
Okay, I'm glad you had a great time. Somebody has to.
But so speaking of things that were announced at Star Wars Celebration, let's get into this. I think we should just go ahead and dive into it while we have Matt on the phone.
So wouldn't you say that the Price is Right fail music sums up the Haslab project?
The price is wrong.
Absolutely.
No, we need the Adam Sandler quote. The price is wrong, bitch. That's what we need.
Okay, so I did a video on this. I don't even know if you saw this, Matt. It doesn't matter if you did or didn't.
Oh, you did? No, I'll check it out.
I did a video. I'll send it to you after this. But I
saw
did a video
it, and it was
on
spot on. Like,
and there's just a lot of things that just make me go, "What are you guys doing?" The first thing for me is no one wanted a Black Series lightsaber from you guys.
Nope.
First off, no one cares.
No.
You're talking to 3 guys, Matt, who are big, diehard Galaxy's Edge lightsaber collectors.
I just bought Plo Koon's last night. Well, I didn't. Taylor did.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go buy Plo Koon soon.
Yeah.
I've got all of them
That box
except
is
Darth
beautiful.
Sidious. I've got.
Shit.
I've bought all
Yeah.
of them. I'm only one. I'm
The
only
only
behind
ones
with
I don't
Sidious.
have are the retired ones like Ventress and.
Yeah, same. I'm missing Temple
That might
and
be the only
Ventress.
one I don't
Ventress.
have.
I think. Yeah.
You
they-
have
Christ.
Temple, yeah.
I had Ventress and I sold it to go on the Halcyon. So it's what it is.
Hey.
Just, yeah.
I've had all of them at some point, but
Wow.
But
Dude,
so you're preaching to the choir on this one here. You know what I mean? Like you have someone who is like, they don't do an Inquisitor saber at Galaxy's Edge yet. And I think it's going to happen, but I don't think it's going to be for a while. I think it
Same.
will be a part of a fan vote after this last one that released.
And I'll vote for it right away.
And I think you'll see it there. But here's the thing: $500 for a lightsaber is even a double-bladed lightsaber is insane. So
Where am I putting this?
Hang on,
Oh,
we'll get there. But $500 for a double-bladed lightsaber is just absolutely insane. If you went right now and bought
I just bought
a Cal
Ahsoka's,
Kestis,
which was $300 for a frickin' Ahsoka.
it's $400,
Like,
but yeah.
Well, same, yeah.
But that's just, okay. Just
it is the same.
It's
Not-
July, Evan.
Yeah.
not special edition stuff. I'm talking just a double-bladed lightsaber. So let's say we wanted to go and buy 2 Cal Kestis to make it a Jera to Paul lightsaber.
That's right.
You're looking at $269,
No, I pay
$320.
like $320ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
For Jera to
$320.
Paul.
Okay. Granted, that doesn't come with blades. That doesn't come with stands.
Correct.
Fair. Okay.
But it's still badass looking hilt.
Here's the thing, though. That is still $140 less than what you were getting
Yep.
with this lightsaber.
Yep. I
For
agree.
2
and
hilts that
it's
you-
better quality.
Much
For
better
sure.
quality.
Yeah.
I saw the lightsaber.
Nobody
in
likes
person.
the Black Series sabers. It's
No,
like-
there. I saw it. It does. It didn't look like what you would think a $500 lightsaber would look. It just. It did not look as good in person as it should have. Also, I think part of the problem with the Black Series Haslab projects in general is the lack of packaging in the Black Series. Fans like me who don't typically open everything. Some things I open. I have some stuff that's open. Some things I don't. Some things I keep closed. The packaging on a Black Series item is not as interesting as anything in the TVC. Matt, agreed?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So I just that's my 2 biggest issues, and my 3rd biggest issue is just like no one wanted this. No one was going like, hey,
More
you know
people
what?
wanted
Since
the
you-
Rancor.
right?
Nobody wanted that one.
And
Exactly.
That's insane. The fact that they
didn't want
couldn't
either.
get this funded after revealing it at Star Wars Celebration with the hype of Obi-Wan Kenobi in that moment and only getting like 1,100 backers from Celebration should show you right there you should have abandoned this at that point.
That should have been fully funded that day.
Correct.
That's true.
They did
Yeah,
a panel
should have
at
been.
Celebration, like on the same stage that I did a panel,
Yeah.
just later in the day, the same day. And it was like...
I'd rather give you
Maybe-
$500
I'd
than
been the
give
next day.
Hasbro $500.
well, thank you. But I
just for that burger alone. Like,
I just, I think they're just out of touch, and I want to get Matt's thoughts on this because Matt, if you guys don't know, go subscribe to Cant Kill Chewie over on YouTube. I wish you did daily videos because they make me so happy. Every time I see a new video, I'm like, it's always my first one of my recommends. I'm like, let's do this. And the one you did about the Rancor, I think that was the first time like we started communicating. I think I told you before.
Yeah,
I was
think
like,
it was something. Yeah, something happened. I
yeah,
forget.
and I was like, yeah, dude, you nailed that because you nailed it. So what do you think about this whole kerfuffle of this whole lightsaber thing with
I
Haslab?
think you nailed it on the head. I think that, I mean, first of all, people who collect lightsabers don't collect the Black Series lightsabers,
Correct.
Nope.
right?
I don't
And
own
We
Not
don't.
at all.
I don't.
I've
Yeah.
never owned one. Never
they're,
wanted to own
they're
one.
considered toys to the lightsaber community.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, and honestly, they look plastic and they look cheap. Like, if I was going to collect any lightsabers, I would just want the hilts. I don't know
Yeah.
I don't know why they want the blade on there. I think that looks stupid. I want to collect the hilts. But I think that they kind of like they just assumed that the action figure community and the lightsaber community is the same thing. They're two different things. There's overlap, but a lot of people who collect action figures don't collect any lightsabers, particularly the Black Series lightsabers.
Yeah, I mean, there are people who are like. Here's one thing: I'm not going to spend $500 on a single lightsaber hilt, no matter what it is. I mean, the only one that I would even do it is just, and only if they like tied my hands on my back would be Qui-Gon because I love Qui-Gon so much.
That Master and Apprentice set is
That
going to do it.
that would be dope,
Yeah.
but that would be two hilts in a box, and that's a
It
limited
plays
thing.
music probably.
Yeah, like the Ahsoka ones that we just got last
That
week.
box is
Galaxy
beautiful.
Edge.
That,
It comes
that
in
song is
gorgeous.
beautiful.
It comes in a music box. You open it, it plays the Ahsoka scene.
it's
Yeah,
limited,
two
too.
hilts.
the
like-
legacy one.
Yeah,
The
it's-
Hasbro wouldn't be
Ashley
limited.
Eckstein
dope.
farts out of it.
No,
It wouldn't be limited
No,
either.
they wouldn't be
so, like,
numbered. Like,
yeah.
there's a lot of things that go into these lightsabers that make them wanted, and there's nothing about that Haslab project where I go like,
Gotta have
that's
it.
awesome. To the point they didn't even make a new stand for it. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but isn't that the exact same stand that comes with every Black Series saber?
I didn't even look into it.
I
'cause
really
didn't
didn't care. Yeah,
I didn't look into
I
it.
didn't look that hard.
Do you know, Matt, if I'm off on that?
No, I have no. You know, I know nothing about the lightsabers.
That shows you how much we didn't care. 4 of the die-hardest Star Wars fans
How many
ever.
backed it? 1,200 out of
I
5,000
think
potential?
when it was all said and done, it was like in the ballpark of 1,500. I posted my
Yeah.
last screenshot at like 8 o'clock the night before it ended at midnight.
You're
that
like,
night.
it's not making
And it was like 14. I was like, there's no way this is going to get.
God, no.
And if it did,
4,000
it would have been
backers.
bots or something.
If it did, it would just been people that Hasbro paid to do it.
Yeah.
But here's my issue: is Hasbro then goes like, all right, this is the second Black Series thing that has failed, and we're open to feedback and we're listening to comments, and then they post that on Instagram and Twitter with the comments turned off. So, are you listening to what
Triggered.
fans want, man? Like, I just what is happening here?
They're absolutely. If they were listening to what fans want, they would have done one of the like 20 projects that fans have suggested over the year 120 times. Everyone, every video, every post, all the Haslab posts, they all have comments with better ideas than this lightsaber.
We're doing
Like-
we're doing an episode later this week. We're each bringing to the table, so it'll be 30 ideas for a Haslab project. So we're doing top 10s for each of us. 30, 40, maybe you might even get a few extra ones.
Possibly.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
Might not
that's
even
a
be
great
Star
idea.
Wars.
I
There might be some
just-
non-Star Wars. You never know.
Well, here's the thing, dude. The fact that the freaking Ghostbusters proto pack had
That was beautiful, though.
26,000
Yeah, I
backers.
agree.
That was so
I've
beautiful.
only seen
There-
Ghostbusters 1
I
and
have
2
no-
like once.
I
And
have
it's
no
good,
issues
but,
with
like,
Ghostbusters.
Same.
It is a very valid and very like rabid fan base, but it is not the same thing
Rabid's
as Star
a good
Wars.
word.
And the fact that they could get that funded versus a lightsaber is insane. Like, they didn't even attempt, like, at least with the Rancor, they were like, hey, we'll add these stretch goals in later and blah, blah, blah. And they tried. When I say tried, I'm putting tried in quotes. They put, like, how about some cardboard and some plastic bones? Does that work, stupid? Well, pay for that.
Yeah, that was stupid.
It was
Now,
ridiculous. But
I notoriously don't follow Haslabs as close as you, especially. But
Dude,
so
I
is that
follow
like
them-
is that kind of like DLC for a game? Like
I
we'll
said-
fill
well-
in these things if you back it more or support
Matt knows
it
more
more.
about this than I do, but Matt, correct me if I'm wrong. So stretch goals are like, if we get to this number,
Yeah.
then we'll add this into it. If
Okay.
we get to this number, we'll
Yeah,
add this into it as well.
Okay.
The more backers that you get, the more stuff is included in the deal. There'll be like if 12,000 backers, if 12,000 people back this project, then you get this figure. Or if 12,000 people back it, then you get these bones in this piece of cardboard.
They didn't even try that.
It
with
depends
us.
on the.
They didn't even
but yeah,
try
that's
it with
basically
lights.
what it is.
Like
Wild.
here's what could have, and this is
Throw
going
in
to
a
sound
figure
so
of
stupid.
Reva, like something.
No, this is what could have sold this for me, and I know this is going to sound insane, but I mean this. If you just included like the harness where you can clip it onto your back.
Oh, I'd be there for that.
I
we
only ever consider buying this if it actually turned
Spun.
into a helicopter.
And you can actually
You could fly with
yeah,
it.
you could fly.
As much as I hate
Then
that,
I'd
and
consider
I
it.
hate that.
That'd
but
be cool. You need
That'd
a
be
pilot's
fun to do,
license,
though.
It'd be
but,
fun in
you
real
know.
life, but it's awful in the show.
But like, I mean, as someone who lives in Orlando and I'm going to the parks all the time, to be able to put on like a black outfit and put
Yep.
that harness on,
Yeah, that'd be
and
fun.
be able to put that lightsaber on the back
how many
of it and walk
stupid
through.
costumes I can make now with that?
I mean, that would be awesome.
Yep.
But like, you didn't even attempt it. Like when it after Celebration, I remember going like, that looks cool, but that's like a $300 lightsaber.
Yeah.
Where is this $500? Is shipping included? Like, what is what is this $500? To me, the only reason I didn't back it, I really wanted to, but the reason I didn't back it is because for me there's just not $500 worth of value there.
No.
And
Yeah,
I
I
don't.
mean, and you saw it up close, right? And,
Yeah,
like, it
I was
doesn't-
there
I mean,
when they brought it
I
out.
I saw the videos I seen of it. It looks cheap to
It
me.
does look cheap.
Same.
It did. It didn't look good at all. Like the pictures you see online versus the actual product itself did not look the same, and it was upsetting because you're like, I know it's a prototype.
Yeah, I
and
was
all
gonna say,
that,
given
but
it's a quote prototype, but how much are they going to change it from that to what we got? And we've seen what we didn't get, but we saw the finished pictures they're posting, and look the same.
The selling point was like, you can take this piece off. I'm like, okay. Oh, that's worth an extra $800 right there. Just be able to take that one piece off. That's what I want. But okay, Matt, I'm gonna give you full creative control of Hasbro right now. And I'm going to give you the opportunity to make whatever Star Wars Black Series Haslab project you want. What is the number one thing you make?
All right. Well, if money's not an issue,
Money's no issue, and it's one of those things where it's going to get funded 100% because it's so dope. Everyone's going to buy
And why is the answer Slave Leia?
a Slave Leia costume. What is the one thing you go with?
If we're talking pretty like unrealistic goals too, I would say the massive Death Star playset they had at HasCon, which was all the Death Star rooms, and they had them set up like diorama style. It was huge. It was massive. They could
That
never
might
make
be
it.
on my list on our show on Wednesday.
Throw the Krennic voice in there. Oh, it's beautiful.
But it was awesome, and like every room that was in the Death Star in the original trilogy, they had a room in this playset, and they had the figures set up doing what those figures did in those rooms, and it was awesome. But that aside, because that could never happen,
Through the will of the Force, it can, Matt. Just
The Force works in mysterious
I try
ways.
to will it, but it won't. Yeah, that would be the move. But if we're going to talk about something a little bit more reasonable, I think that if they did a scaled down version of an X-wing or the N1 would probably be
Definitely the N1 here.
that
Speaking our
might be on my
language.
list as well.
You're
son!
speaking our language. We love the
I
N1.
mean, probably for the X-wing, you might not
Lazy.
be exactly 1/12 scale. You might have to scale it back like 6 inches or something. But
do
it's
it.
still
Go
Do
worth
it
for
full out.
Go for it.
Yeah. This is blue sky
Yeah,
right here. That's
Go
what this
for
is.
it. Yeah,
Do
blue is blue sky. Go.
Do you know who's
Just go
used
for
to
it.
saying you should scale the back about 6 inches? Is Kyle.
Kyle's mom.
Yeah.
Just talking to me.
Scale back your expectations about 6 inches.
There you go, Evan.
Yeah.
I've been THC'd.
What is one not Star Wars Haslab thing you'd want to see that Hasbro's done? Because I know you collect other stuff other than just Star Wars stuff.
I do collect a lot. I don't collect a lot. Oh, I guess I do the G.I. Joe. I get like the his tank. So, and I do Ghostbusters. But I didn't get the Proton pack.
You didn't.
Do they
No, I
ever do
didn't.
DC?
That's shocking.
Like
I
Batman?
really would have thought you would have
Dang.
done that.
No, I didn't get it. I didn't. I regret it now. But I didn't. But I didn't get it. But yeah. So I guess if you want for a Ghostbusters one, why don't we just can we get the Ecto one?
That'd be
Oh,
dope.
hell yeah.
That'd be dope. The
Ecto
fire
1 would be
station,
sweet.
maybe.
Yeah,
What
the
about
fire
that?
station would be fun,
something like
yeah.
that.
I think those. I think that's doable. It's not too
Or
big.
the Trapper. What's the exact name for it? Is it Trapper?
Right, the trap, but it's the ghost trap.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what they call
yeah,
it. Yeah, the ghost trap. Or
I don't know anything about
That just went
Ghostbusters.
above
I've
my
seen
head.
one-
That
That's the
just-
thing they roll out and they step on it.
Yeah,
and
the ghost
traps the
trap.
ghost. Yeah, the ghost trapper. That'd be fun too.
Slimer, throw
Like
in Slimer in
like
there.
a real looking one. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I just want them to bring back Ecto Cooler. I see. That's all.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh, how about when they teased us with that?
I know. It was
What a
rude.
joke.
It was so rude. Okay, what other news we got? Because I could talk about the HasLab failing for like 20 minutes. I swear to God,
I don't
could
know
do
if
it
a
for
lot
20 minutes
happened.
more.
The only thing that really happened too was that strange new drink on the Halcyon, but I don't know.
In Launch Bay.
And Launch Bay's back finally.
Well,
It's
we'll
a week early, but it's back.
So, Matt, have you gone to Galaxy's Edge yet?
No, I haven't been.
Okay.
Probably gonna go. It's coming up. Maybe like we were gonna go, but we had. But it was at the beginning of COVID.
Nice.
So-
That's that is a nice wrench to throw into everything. That's
Yeah.
perfect.
And
Right.
then, yeah.
Yes. So I'm thinking maybe next year.
Sweet. Are you going to do where? You don't have to say what part of the country you're in, but are you going to be coming to Orlando or California's version?
Oh yeah, no, yeah. So I'm on the East Coast. I'm in New England, so I'm going to the Florida one.
Hey,
Hell
I've never been
yeah.
to the
We'll
California
get drinks at Oga's.
Well, dude, when you come down and you know when you're coming, let us know. I mean, we live in Orlando. We're talking about this 4 miles from Hollywood Studios.
Yo.
So
one. Nice. Wow, that's awesome.
yeah, so you let us know when
definitely
you're
will. I
coming
definitely
down, and we'll take you to drinks at Oga's. We'll bring the
Oh,
whole
that'd be
family.
great.
It'll be a good time.
Maybe I can. Maybe we can have a guest spot on the podcast in person.
Hell yeah,
That's a
dude!
no
You got an open
question.
invitation whenever you want to come on, dude. You're
Oh, nice.
when you hear your family, it's like
You're part of the
bro.
council.
You are an
Go
honor-
Patriots.
You're a part of the count. You're a member of the council, but you are not master. Just
Take
like
a
Anakin.
seat. Take a seat.
Take a
Anakin
seat.
style,
So
yeah.
Young Matt.
you got Anakin style.
Great. Now he's gonna kill us.
Do you have any interest?
And the kids, too.
Yeah.
Do you have any interest in doing the Halcyon? I want to know what you think about the Halcyon.
The what?
The Halcyon,
Oh yeah,
the Galactic Star Cruiser.
Yes. We would. I don't think we'd stay there, but
Oh, man.
my whole family wants to go, like my parents and stuff too. But I could never get my dad to stay there because it feels like it's too much part of the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what's funny? We talked about that a lot before me and Tom went on because we had heard like if you don't go full in, you don't get the full experience on it. I don't
Yeah.
know how true that is though.
And it's
Right. Because
I
impossible to
think-
get
Yeah.
the
You
full
guys stay
experience
there?
anyway.
We won't
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
We won't know that.
I'm never gonna go and just sit there.
Yeah,
Next time
I'm gonna
go,
do
the
everything.
Next time, I'm always gonna act in and be a part
Yeah,
of it.
Matt. All three of us on the show have been. Yes.
Nice.
Yeah,
So
we love
don't
it.
they give you like an outfit, like a Star Wars outfit?
No, you have to
No,
pay for
You
that.
can buy
gotta
one
bring
if you
your own.
want for the low price
bring your own
of
Star Wars
$200.
Bring your own Star Wars outfits. Plural. I've changed like 6 times. I was like Lady Gaga costume changing. every
Pike
30 minutes.
Grindeso.
You mean Harley Quinn?
But
He didn't sing though.
But so the way I like view like casual fans is my father, and I cannot wait to take my dad on this thing because he is so not the guy that will talk and be involved. But I know he
He'll
would
love
love
it.
it.
I know he will, too.
Yeah, you know my
Yeah.
dad.
Yeah.
Like he would love it, and I would love to see and kind of do the experience as somebody who is kind of like watching from the back. I'm curious how that goes. Because he's so not the guy to be like, oh, it's all about me. I want to talk to this character. So I would like to just like hover, watch my dad do it, and like see how he does it. Because then I can go, okay, well, a casual fan would enjoy it to this level. Is it worth it? I think he would get enough out of it because the story is one of those things you can like watch it unfold in front of you, or you can be a part of it. And
Right.
I think that anyone who is at least interested in Star Wars period would get something out of it because we've been really high on the Halcyon. And full disclosure,
Yeah, so have I.
we both all three of us that are on the show
Best
paid
thing
full
ever.
price. We did not get a media
I'm
invite.
gonna do it again too. So
Yeah, we didn't get a media invite. We didn't go
Nope.
for free. This is something that we all paid
Had to
full
whore
price
ourselves
for.
in Batu, dude.
We sure did. We hoard
Still am.
ourselves. We're still out there.
Yeah,
every
Evan's still
weekend on
doing it,
Batu.
yeah.
How many kidneys
Just-
do we have? Like, can I keep selling them?
Negative
or-
Among the three of us,
6.
we owe 2 kidneys.
So should I stop selling
Nice.
mine?
I would
Or-
stop selling yours because you have none left.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But no, like we truly, genuinely love the Halcyon, and I'm curious with like not casual fans, but people who just don't like the Disney stuff as much. I'm curious how if anyone who gets to go to it can get something out of it, and I'm taking my dad at some point because I think he would truly have fun in a different way than we had fun. I always want to see it. And the way you described your dad made me think of my dad, because I feel like they're the same, where it's like they're both from that generation where they're like, I don't want to talk to anybody.
Yes, exactly. Yep. I don't want to. Yeah, I just want to see from. He doesn't want to interact with anybody or be seen like in the show or be spoken to by any of the reenactors or anything. He's just So we're trying to convince him about it, but so far it's not going well.
All right, I'm going to put you on the spot here. You ready? I want you to rank your Disney properties since Disney's bought Star Wars. You ready?
Oh.
So you got to go Resistance, Mandalorian, Boba Fett, Rogue One, and then the sequel trilogy individually.
What about Solo?
And Solo.
Oh, wow.
Tell me what your
And
worst
what about
is.
Rebels?
And Rebels.
Yeah.
Damn,
Give me
Wow,
your,
that's jeez. Okay.
I know.
That's a lot to
It's
take
a
in.
lot, but I
On the spot.
You're
Even-
smart. I
even
think you can
Clone
handle
Wars.
it. I think you can handle it.
Season
To a
7
point,
only.
yeah.
But
I
still,
think you probably have these
counts.
opinions formed
Man,
already. I just want to know what you think.
All right. So first, I would probably have
Start
to
from
say
start
the
from worst.
Mandalorian.
Start from worst.
The worst. You know what? I'm gonna do the Disney Lucasfilms and the actual movies a favor. I'm gonna put Resistance last.
Yes.
I agree, and I love
Correct.
Resistance. So yes,
Correct.
I agree.
We're good. Yeah.
He
So
was
far,
on-
so good.
Last week he was on my least, or 2 weeks ago he was on my least favorite.
hates Kaz.
I hate Kaz. So everything is so slapstick.
You see, they sell the animals
him.
now from Resistance.
I hate him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I hate him.
I bought
hate
one.
him so much.
I had to have him.
I hope he dies. That's what I hope for.
Well, he's already dead.
I wish his family did die on that planet, because
I
then it
do
would have
too.
made him more
It
interesting.
would have made the story better. Ugh.
All right.
Nobody dies in Star Wars anymore, though. So
No, you can get
No, they
stabbed in
don't.
the
That's
chest.
right. There's no
Apparently,
death.
I digress.
Only
Spoiler.
if you're a famous person and a famous character do you die in Star Wars now.
I don't think he.
All right, so Resistance is at the bottom.
Resistance got to be the last one. Next, with all due respect, fellas, sequel trilogy. Unfortunately,
Which one though? Which one specifically is the worst?
Oh,
And why is it the Rise of Skywalker?
It has to be that. I like it. I love it, but it has to be that.
exactly.
Okay.
Nailed it right there.
Fingers hovering
Just
over the
because
button,
it was just
man.
so unorganized and it didn't make sense.
No,
That's
none
like
of it
the
does.
hardest- That's the hardest
Palpatine
part
returned.
to make.
How?
Especially in a vacuum, it makes
I
no
don't
sense.
know. He did. Shut up. Just watch the movie, stupid.
Cloning.
Thanks for the money.
Dark
Go
science.
fuck yourself.
Secrets only the Sith knew.
You know what part of it was for at least the last two movies, and it's kind of just, and I know they were limited by what Leia can do, but like at least in like Rogue One and in the original trilogy, it seemed like the Resistance, there was like a bigger, more organized like other things were going on in the Resistance. In the sequel trilogy, it really seemed like Leia was like all there was, this like limited level
was.
of resistance, and they were horribly organized.
That's
They were.
very
Nobody knew what
fair.
they were doing.
And that's something I never thought about. But you're absolutely right. I
Yeah.
never thought about that.
And that's exactly what it was.
Well, Spice was really getting the best of her, so.
Yeah, that must be, yeah. But like, it just seemed that the resistance was so just unorganized and didn't know what they were doing, and just were pretty much hopeless and like ran on luck.
And
Whereas in
they
the
got
old
really
trilogy
caught off
and in
guard
Rogue
too.
One, it seemed like the resistance was big. There's different things going on. Cassian grew up in it. You know what I mean? Like there was a meeting of all these people. Like it just seemed like it was like a bigger, more organized thing that you had more faith in.
That's fair. I never really thought about that. But yeah, you're right. That's fair. All right. So Rise of Skywalker is clear at the bottom of that list.
Okay, yes.
What you got? You got Force Awakens or Last Jedi, and second to last place.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna. Yes, I'm sorry.
Tom's
I'm
gonna
putting the Last
clutch his
Jedi.
pearls here in a second.
Yes, Last Jedi is next.
Oh, I love that movie so much.
I know you guys do. I'm not gonna hold it against you. I'm
fair.
not gonna. That's just my opinion.
It's fair. Hey, dude, it's fair.
Why?
Ooh.
Well, how long do you have?
I thought this was
We
quick.
have
Bring
as
it
long
on,
as we
Matt.
need to have.
Just give me
It's
your
just
elevator
another-
pitch.
There's a lot of stuff that just doesn't make sense in that. Although it's not so much that I'm not going to say like, oh, they did Luke wrong. It's not even those reasons. I mean, I think those reasons are cheap. I think that the Luke thing definitely could have worked if they did it better at the end.
How do you do better than what his master did? The same exact thing.
What do you mean?
Obi-Wan Kenobi, the same story. Luke did the same exact thing, if not a little bit worse. Like more pain and sorrow. He followed the
Well,
same
do you
exact
know what-
story.
Well, Yeah, well, you could. Why can't you do better than it? I just think that the end, although it was a good idea to have like him be Force Ghost, I think that you still should have put like a real lightsaber battle in the movie, particularly Luke, if it's going to be his last scene on screen.
That's fair.
It's fair.
But he that was the most Jedi thing ever.
He doesn't have to fight.
That's the
there
thing that
are
I liked
alternatives
about
to
it.
fighting.
Yeah, that's the thing I liked about it is that they didn't resort to that.
Teaching
like
Ben
this,
one more lesson.
Yeah, it
And,
was like,
and Ray and everybody.
Yeah.
He's teaching
Yeah.
everybody
Saved him, yeah.
who was there to see it the lesson.
yeah. I
And that was a nice way that it made sense for Luke to die that way.
yeah.
Yeah.
To just
I love the
perish.
movie.
Yeah.
You gotta convince me.
And I mean, he
I don't
promised
think
Ray.
I don't think they should have been so slap happy with killing off all these people.
That's fair too.
Also, I agree with
I
that.
do. I think that the idea was
For some
that
reason,
they were
they're
gonna,
like Han's movie.
no,
Luke's
but
movie.
I think that was
Leia's
because
movie.
they were waiting for Leia to do 9.
Yeah.
And she was gonna have way more to do with
Yeah,
9.
I don't know why they chose that though. Like
And
this
then
one
so-
has to be
she
for
was
Han.
still gonna die.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the character would have died.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Carrie.
And they couldn't
Yeah.
do what they wanted to do with Carrie
Right.
Fisher.
I think that's exactly what happened. But I
Yeah.
just don't feel as though. I mean, I just don't feel you should have killed all of them off before like the last movie. If you're going to kill them off at all, I think that they just wanted to separate their stuff from the old stuff, and wanted their stuff to,
there did
live
seem to
on
be,
now.
There did seem to be this thing when Disney first bought the Star Wars franchise that they were like, don't acknowledge anything about the prequels.
For a
Don't-
long time, they
For
were
a
like,
while,
prequels
they
didn't
were just
happen. What do you
like-
mean?
Because they were scared of the backlash.
yeah, but like,
But now people love the prequels, so it's like
Right.
I think anytime you're scared to address a part of a story is a bad move because whether you like it or not, to me, Attack of the Clones is the worst Star Wars movie by a factor of like 5, and
Yep.
it's so bad. But like, you can't not acknowledge that the things that happened in that movie happened in that movie. Like
It's
you
canon.
have to, it's canon.
Like,
you
it
have to
happened.
just move on and just incorporate it.
There's some good stuff in there.
There's Dexter
Right. It's
Jettster.
not all bad.
There's
Yeah.
Dexter
love
Jettster.
Dexter Jettster.
Dexter Jettster's
Love Dooku.
there.
Dooku's great in that.
The
Yeah,
Anakin speeder bike
There's good in everything.
going to find Shmi.
And that's why I want to know what your next one is on your list.
Well, I think that Solo is a little bit better than The Force Awakens. So I'm going to put The Force Awakens.
Okay.
Okay, that's fair.
It
But
might
you know
be a
what?
better
Solo was
movie.
such a fun movie, and it was so underrated.
I think it was too. I just think people were just, pissed off about the previous movie, I think. And there was actually, movements to, boycott it.
Yeah.
I don't
whatever.
even, dude. Here's the thing. I don't even think it's that. I think I've told the story a bunch of times on the show. I used to work at Disney. Okay, and I remember when I was getting excited for Solo coming out, and they were doing like Galactic Nights and like these hard ticket events celebrating Solo coming out. Working at Disney while all the buzz around Galaxy's Edge and all the movies and blah 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 blah. The height of all this stuff. People that I worked with at Disney didn't know that a Solo movie was coming out. I'm telling you, dude. Like, I'm telling you, I had conversations with people all the time about like, oh yeah, the new Star Wars movie comes out next week. And they're like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, yeah, Solo. It's Han Solo's story. They're they got a young actor. And like, what? And I'm like, no, it's a thing. Go look it up. People had
Alden
no idea.
Hudenreich?
Yeah, people had no idea that this was a thing. I'm telling you. People who worked at Disney during this, selling tickets to a hard ticket event, celebrating the movie, didn't know it was coming out. I mean,
Why do you think that? Why do you think that is?
Avengers: Infinity War.
Oh,
That's
that's
my
right.
guess. That came out
And-
3 weeks later, and everyone was excited about what was going on
Right.
with Avengers.
There was a
and-
lot at that
forgot
time.
about that.
and
Deadpool was around that time.
That's
like,
Disney's
so
fault.
much.
And in Bob Iger's memoir, he mentioned this as a folly in his career.
That's
It
one
was
of the
like-
best books I've ever read.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
I'm only like halfway through, but it's the best book.
It's a great book.
I've cried while reading it.
Yeah, it's a
Like,
great one.
it's
I didn't
great.
do that,
Nope,
but whatever. He's a CEO. I'm not crying for a CEO, but
Not for him really. It was how he handled. I cried for the alligator situation and then the pulse shooting.
rough one.
They hit you with that within the first 10 pages of the book.
he had nothing to do with the pulse shooting. That
cried.
wasn't on Disney property.
The what?
The pulse shooting.
No, but the
Yeah.
stories they tell about it in the book. I
Oh,
know it doesn't
Jesus
have to do with
Christ.
him.
He didn't do anything with the pulse shooting. Did he?
No, but
Did
the
he donate
story is
money?
a sad story. I'm not saying
Yeah, but
Bob
you can't-
talking about it was sad.
Yeah, we'll talk about this later. I could talk about 9/11. Doesn't mean it's part of my story.
It's not.
Like-
He was just. A sad story is a sad story.
It is, but
Shut the fuck up.
I'm talking about the Pulse shooting right now. It wasn't a part of my story. So sue me.
I'm suing you. I'm calling a lawyer as we speak. But yeah, I think
call Saul.
I think that that was
I'll
that
call
was part of the
BetterHelp.
issue
That's
there.
what I'll call.
BetterHelp.
You know what? Too, I think they banged the movies out too quickly.
That's true too.
Yeah.
They should have done this a little slower. To me, I've said this before on the show many times too. I love The Last Jedi. It's my second favorite Star Wars movie of all time, behind Return of the Jedi. I love that movie. I like a good conclusion, and that one just makes me smile every time. But The Last Jedi is my second favorite Star Wars movie. I do think they completely screwed up by not having a time gap in between 7 and 8. The fact that 7 and 8 is just one long movie is a bad decision. It is a bad call. You could have had Rey training with Luke for a few months.
Right.
They could have had some exposition, or even a few years. They could have had some exposition, and that would explain why she's so much stronger when you see her in Episode 8 and blah, blah, blah. There's things that I don't love about the sequels, but I like them as I truly don't think anyone with a straight face can look at me and tell me that The Last Jedi is the worst Star Wars thing ever made when Attack of the Clones exists and the holiday specials exist.
Resistance.
And Resistance.
It's like,
there's
come
stuff,
on.
man.
There's way worse stuff in Star Wars.
Way worse.
Even if, like,
And the Ewoks. Not the character Ewoks, but the movies.
The Caravan of Courage and all.
Yeah.
It's just, come on, dude. Like, there's way worse stuff in Star Wars, and you're kidding yourself if you think Ryan Johnson is what is the problem. But all right, so what's next after Force Awakens for you? Or you say Last Jedi or the Force? You said Last Jedi. Sorry,
Last Jedi, then
Yeah,
Solo.
and
He did
then
Solo,
Solo.
then Force Awakens.
Then Force Awakens.
Solo. I think you know what? I don't. Now you got me thinking. Like I don't even know. I don't know if Solo.
What about Book of Boba Fett? By the way, just want to remember that.
I was about to
exists.
say I don't know if Solo is worse than the Book of Boba Fett.
No, the Book of Boba Fett was not good, other than the Mandalorian season 3.5.
Yeah, that's why I
2.5.
don't know if I.
2.5. Yeah.
I might even rank Solo above that one.
Yeah,
That's
I would too.
Yeah,
I would.
you know.
Yeah.
That was kind of disappointing.
Yeah, it was that they took the idea of Boba Fett, being this cool background character in a shot or two of a few movies, and they made him his own background character in his own show.
Right. Yes.
So
And
fitting.
You know what?
So fitting.
I've got
You
armor.
know what else too is like they want to do the flashback thing. What these flashbacks should be flashbacks back to Empire Strikes
Yes.
Back time, and we
Yeah.
should be seeing Boba Fett in his glory.
Yeah,
That's what we
that
should
would've
be
been
seeing
awesome.
in flashbacks.
When you see him do you read any of the comic books or any of the novels or anything like that?
The War of the Bounty
I
Hunters.
haven't
man.
read any of the comic books. No, I know, but that's I usually talk to the out of the basement guys to see what's going on with that. I don't know anything
dude.
about the comic.
He's such a badass in the comics. It's upsetting. I saw
Really?
your post.
So-
Yeah, I saw your post today about the new one that's coming out. Or was that yesterday? That might have been yesterday.
What the new Boba Fett figure?
Yeah, the Black Series one. The one that's the
yes.
Was
Yes.
that today?
That was yesterday.
Oh, the black
That's
one?
the
Like,
San
that
Diego-
was sick.
That's so sick.
the black one
Yeah, and I
in disguise.
yeah. That one is something that I really would like to have.
Me too.
Because
Dude,
I
would-
love the War of the Bounty Hunters. That is such a cool line, and there's so much cool stuff that goes down, and it just shows like what you think of as Boba Fett, what you thought you were going to get in the show, is what you get in those comics.
You see, that's so disappointing to hear.
No, it's upsetting. But I think people need to realize that Star Wars is no longer just movies and TV. You have to go through everything, which is annoying because I don't go through everything.
You don't
I can't,
have to.
I can't
but
read
if you
and
want
watch
to,
everything.
You can.
No one can read and watch everything. I mean,
No.
if you can, you're Alex Damon, and whatever. But
No, you can't.
nothing against
But
him.
it-
I love Alex Damon, but nothing against him. But like, it just no one can commit to that level.
No, it's impossible. I have trouble reading too. So it's not the comic books that can handle
Join the
that
club.
Have you heard me read out loud on
Yeah.
the show? Jesus Christ, it's terrifying.
Where?
stuff. So I don't know. I don't know if you saw the price of it. It's $33.99,
Damn, for real?
which is insane. Yes,
For a Black
considering
Series figure?
they just painted a mold they already had black. It's
That's
$33.99.
insane.
Isn't that a song, Painted
Right.
Black? But
Yeah, it
but
is.
that's it's so weird. Like, what was?
That was a bantha sound, not like a bantha.
Oh,
They duped me.
Sound on the
They
soundboard
duped you.
here.
But that's Black Series figure shopping is weird. Austin was shopping in Indiana a couple weeks ago or a week ago, and it was like 35, 30, something like that.
For what?
Over 30 for Black Series. 39? Yeah.
Where?
up in Indiana at the mall.
Oh Jesus!
And
$40
I'm
for a
like,
Black Series
FYE,
figure.
yeah, FYE charges
They're
like
criminals.
I told him don't buy them, and I was
You just
like,
robbed
I can
them.
buy it down here for like $24. Why would you twice the
that's
price?
nuts.
No.
Yeah, that's nuts. But all right. Anyway, sorry. Back to the rankings.
So we
Jesus
had
Christ.
Boba Fett, Book of Boba Fett,
So, all right, what do I got left here? I think that I think
You
it
got
might.
Rogue One,
Mando,
Kenobi,
Kenobi, Rebels.
All right, so Rebels too. Oh, geez. So that's difficult. So I think next is gonna be. Well, I haven't finished the Kenobi series, but I'll probably go with that. And then the top 3 is really tough to choose.
It's
Rogue
Rebels.
One might be the first one.
You triggered Evan and Brad, but I'm with you. I like Rogue One.
Why do I
Dude,
always get
might
labeled
be-
in this? I like Rogue
You
One.
like Rogue
Oh,
One
you do?
more than I do.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. So
I'm
just Brad.
slightly under you.
You are.
But like,
That's true.
I notoriously do not like Rogue One.
Really?
Yeah, dude. I just find it so boring because the entire time
love
you're
that.
watching
Why does
it,
that always get me?
the entire time you're watching it, you're just like, you know how this is gonna go. You know how it's gonna end. You know they're gonna get the Death Star plans. You know they're not around because you don't see them anywhere else in any other Star Wars media. Yes, there's always that opportunity that like Disney goes, okay, we're gonna use this character like Kira.
No,
further
they just
on down the line.
survived. They survived the Death Star blast.
But
Death
The
doesn't
Boogalette
matter.
survived.
Boogalette did, yeah, for sure. Boogalette.
No more death. No more death. In
Well, I
Star
don't
Wars.
know. I don't know
It's
if-
fine.
I mean, that's not really
to me, it's
fair.
it's in the middle. It's in the middle. It's not good.
I
It's
think-
not great. It's not bad. It's just
Really?
It's
I
just,
thought you guys would love it.
I'm the
I
only one
did.
that doesn't. I'm
I
the
did.
only one that doesn't.
Tom did.
I loved it the first
Tom
time I
did.
saw it, and then when I went back the
Right.
next night and watched it again, I was like, I don't know. It just kind of falls flat.
Well, you know what? Okay, so it's fair that when you second watch it, it's not as good as the first time you watch it. That is 100% true. Because
Like every
Jen
Marvel
kind
movie.
of gets annoying with like her speech and stuff. Like,
She's so wooden. Everyone liked her in that movie. I thought she was just
Who,
such
Jen?
I thought she was such a bad actress.
She's one
in
of the
that
weaker
movie.
points to me.
She just comes off so like she's trying. It's almost like watching Amber Heard in the Johnny Depp trial. You're like, okay, you're trying way too hard right now.
that's
We
funny.
know what you're doing.
Yeah,
We know what
so-
you're doing. She just comes off wooden for me. Like when she's talking to her father, there's like no emotion to it. She's like, "Father," and you're like, you don't feel that they're father and daughter. The girl at the
Yeah.
beginning was a better actress than Felicity Jones was.
What girl at the beginning?
The little girl that played,
the little
played
kid.
like 10-year-old
Baby
Jin,
Jin.
you mean like
Jin.
little Jin.
yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah, so those are all fair. I'm not gonna, it's fair. So it's Rebels. It's hard. 1 through 3 is tough. I mean, those 3 I think are relatively equal. I might say Mandalorian over Rebels.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
But
fair.
Yeah, I
But
probably
if you
would.
said Rebels, if anyone had Rebels ranked like number 1, I wouldn't. I'd be like, that's fine.
Yeah,
I
I'm
might.
with you.
I might.
You might actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, you love Rebels.
I love Rebels, yeah.
Now, do you like
Yeah,
season
I-
1 or season 2 of Mando better?
Are you asking me?
Yes. Oh, yeah. I'm
That's a tough. That's a tough question.
Really?
I don't know. I think 1.
I was about to guess that you would like 1 better because it's so
It's
much
not
more
bad.
old school Star Wars versus like.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I
This
get
isn't
that.
us
I get
calling
that.
it bad, but
No,
this
no,
is
no.
us
I
saying
love
we like.
season 1 of,
yeah.
of
No, me
Mando.
too, but
Yeah,
season
it's
2 is
not
just like,
bad.
woo!
But season 2 is great.
They brought my favorite non-human Jedi.
I love
Ahsoka
season 2
Tano.
because they just were like
Plo Koon?
out the gate. Out the gate, they were just like anything is possible here because we're bringing Cobb Vanth, who is a character
Vanth.
from a chapter of a book that is
The worst book.
so obscure. From Aftermath episode, or volume 1, or however they, the Chuck Winding book.
Winding.
Winding, yeah.
Oh, he's in
Wendig?
Aftermath. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's a
They have
character
like
from
random
a book, dude.
interludes in the
Yeah,
book,
there's
and he's
interludes
one
in
of
the
the
book,
random interludes.
and it's literally like 3 pages of a book, and they're like, we're bringing in Cobb Vanth.
It doesn't play the story at all to the
No,
book, but yeah.
it's and that's where I was like, I remember watching that and being like, they're not doing this, and he says Cobb Vanth. I was like, holy shit, they're
Yeah.
doing this. So that's season 2.
And they
gets a
did it
nod for
great
me.
because Timothy Oliphant was awesome.
Yeah, he's so great in that role. But season 2 gets a
Yeah,
nod
yeah.
for me
Danny
because they
Cordray.
just did so much little stuff like that I was just like, that's what I'm talking about. But dude, there's no like, what are you talking about? Season 1's great of Mandalorian. Season 1's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Beautiful.
Other than episode 4. Season 1 is fantastic.
There it is, the misogynistic alarm.
There it is. There it is.
We've used it for much worse. That was
Oh, yeah, I know. I was just looking for a reason
We've
to play
been
that
good
one.
this episode.
Come
I'll
on.
pat on the
I
back
haven't,
for all
haven't
of
said
us.
anything horrible yet.
That
Yeah.
we definitely edit out of every
That'll be
episode.
on Wednesday.
Stay tuned for that.
All right.
Any last thoughts on Star Wars, Matt, as we're kind of wrapping it up?
I'm sorry, what?
Any last thoughts on Star Wars, particularly why you're going to like the sequels now as we wrap the show up?
And why Last Jedi is awesome and still canon.
No. I respect your guys' opinion of the sequels.
And yours, dude.
We
of
respect
course.
it.
Absolutely.
Your opinions, yeah.
You're a rare one out there in the wild, because if you tell somebody you like the sequels on the internet, they're going to yell at you.
Yep.
No, well, actually, this is not the reason it's bad.
Yeah,
I hate
that. There shouldn't be such a divide in the fandom over
No.
something like that. It's
No,
crazy.
It's silly. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a Zori Bliss Black Series figure, and you're going to enjoy it. All right?
Okay.
You mean one of the 85 that are
take
still on
that.
every shelf in the
The
country?
outlet door?
Yeah.
No. The outlet store. Lando is everywhere.
Here's the thing. I don't even know if
Yeah.
he knows that reference. It's a reference to one of his videos.
Oh, I
Do you even
didn't
know the
that.
reference,
I
Matt?
didn't.
No, I know. I have a video with Zori Bliss in it.
Oh, you sure do. There's a video that I knew you wouldn't remember this. But there's a video, I don't remember which one it was, but it was a video you did where you were talking about you wouldn't even take a Black Series Zori Bliss figure if someone gave it to you for free.
Yeah.
And
We all
I'm
concur.
going to send you one.
No,
I'm gonna
I bought
post it
her
on
at the
Instagram.
outlet store. Got her
That's the
on
only
discount.
way. Yeah, like $15 maybe.
I'm
like
a collector.
$13 maybe.
Oh,
Smart.
so good. But I'm going to send you one just as a joke. And you're going to take
thanks.
it. And you're going to
Appreciate
shut up and you're going to take it. No.
What if one day that is like the most coveted one? Can you imagine?
Well, that's how stuff happens,
Yeah,
dude.
like, think about it.
Yep.
There's stuff that just like sits around forever, and like the original Black Series wave, like sat around for a long time, and then now like Palpatine's $300. Like, how did that happen? How did
Somehow
that happen?
Palpatine is $300.
Palpatine is $300.
What's the Luke on crate I just got?
Yeah,
It's
thank you.
high
I
up,
want
yeah.
that one. I want
my
that one
face.
too.
The salt in the wound on that
Yeah,
one.
that's right.
That's the one that I want the most. But Tom
Yeah.
got one.
Yeah.
Beat me on eBay. Screw you. No, Matt. Thanks, dude. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Open invitation. If you ever come to Orlando, hit us up. Please, please, please. We'd love to hang out. You're the man. I love your videos.
Oh.
Go subscribe to Cant Kill Chewie over on YouTube. He's
Hell
the man.
yeah.
And check out
Nice
all
to
of his
meet you,
great
man.
content.
All right.
Awesome to
Hey,
talk to
thanks,
you.
guys.
Awesome.
Appreciate it. This was awesome.
Yeah,
Heck yeah.
anytime, man. We appreciate it.
All right, dude.
Take it easy. We'll
Peace.
see you soon.
All right.
Bye.
Peace out.
That was Matt from Cant Kill Chewie. He's the man. I love that guy. He's got good takes. He's got good takes. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. This is Scourge, I'm guessing, in the background
Yes,
again.
I just started the song over again.
Thank you so much. It's so great.
I'm actually digging this song.
It's not bad.
I don't do
I'm
rock
a
songs
hater.
a whole lot, but I'm like,
I'm
you're
a
just
hater
like,
because
yeah.
I didn't make it, so it's not gay. No.
Do you listen to your own stuff?
No.
Okay.
No,
do
you
you?
don't?
Really?
Tom
I do.
does,
Yeah,
apparently.
absolutely. I do.
The only episodes I've listened to in the last year were the two you guys did last
No,
week.
I
without
meant
me.
like music.
Oh
Did you ever-
God, no.
Okay.
I've recorded stuff and I either delete it or I just put it out and I don't address it again.
Oh,
I
wow.
completely
I
derailed
can't.
us, but
I can't.
I'm
I
a
can't do it.
tinkerer. Like,
No.
I have to go back and
I don't
fix
wanna
everything I
hear-
hate.
I don't want to hear me. Like I've got stuff I've recorded and I put on YouTube as like private just because I wanted to see.
I get it.
I tested a microphone once. That's literally what it was.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, this is who's singing this? Is this you?
Me, yeah.
I can hear it now.
Hang on, listen. Is this recorded live?
No, we did it in the studio.
Kind of slaps. I'm not gonna lie.
Scourge
It's a
the
thing.
Return. We need you to play rhythm guitar.
I can do it.
Me, Kyle, and Tim are ready to go.
Now, did I learn Master Puppets this week? Yes, I did.
All right, then there you go. That's
Some of it.
that
The song's 22 minutes long.
it is.
Can
It's
I
like
be your
8.5
groupie? I'll
minutes.
be your
long.
guy's groupie. Can I do
Yeah,
that?
sure.
Okay. I can't play the drums. Dad can.
Oh, your dad can.
Yeah,
There you
we'll
go.
get him to fly down.
There we go.
But all right, that's it, everyone. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. Wednesday, we're going to be doing our top 10 Haslab.
Ooh,
products
oh
that
yeah.
we want.
I'm excited about this one.
This is the most fun I've ever had making a top 10 list. I don't know about you guys. Truly, this is something I'm so excited to do. It's so much so that I wanted to do it before we recorded this episode. It's a little behind the scenes.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
didn't
well.
do
We
it
should make
yet.
a top 10 list of our favorite top 10
we
lists.
should get meta up in here.
This is the one I'm so excited about. I can't wait to do this. I think I think we'll have maybe a little crossover, but I don't think a lot.
Potentially. I went wild with some of these.
I went
a
a
few
little
of
nuts with
mine
some
are
of
really
mine.
predictable, but I think you're gonna be like, "What?" on a few of mine.
I think I know what your number one is.
I think you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
I came up
Yeah,
with,
I do, yeah.
I came up with one that I was like, this is not facetious and this is not
Probably.
hyperbole. It woke me up in the middle of the night last night and I wrote it down. I'm not kidding. I was
Meanwhile,
sleeping.
Austin just made his list right now.
I was sleeping I woke up from a dream I had about it.
I made this.
In my dream. I was
how
playing
you
with it
woke
like I was Bentley's age.
I just sat there in like 10 minutes and made my list. Not today, a few days ago, but I just 10 minutes.
I was
just
like 10. I was playing with it, and I was like, "That's
Oh, you playing with
amazing."
what when you were 10?
Don't ask questions. I was playing with this Haslab thing in my head, and I was like, "That would be cool." I'm putting it on the list, and so it is on the list. And so Wednesday you'll hear what it was, and I'll bring it back to mention this is what I was talking about. So remind me.
And he's excited for it.
I can't wait to talk about it. So
Bring it home, Bradley.
that's it. Thank you guys so much for listening to the episode. We'll see you on the next show. Until then, stay safe. May the force be with you.
Always, and good journey.
Rise, Jedi Knight. Master Yoda, is this the last episode of Jedi Talk this week?
There is another.
Thanks to Matt for coming on the show.